What, Pika? So you heard there's some more Star Wars coming out from Disney Plus? you're you're not gonna watch it? Why? Doesn't that make you a bad fan? It makes me a bad fan, yeah? I'm a bad fan? Oh, gee, Pika. So, Obi-Wan has taught you well. But did Anakin teach Ahsoka well? For the most part. So, Ahsoka, huh? There's an Ahsoka show coming out. And if the buzz is to be believed, it's ripping off Luke Skywalker's story from the original Thrawn trilogy. Okay. Hey, ladies, gentlemen, and all people in between in the grand spectrum of humanity, or even alien culture out there in this galaxy from a long time ago, in this galaxy far, far away. Star Wars. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a Generation 1 Star Wars fan. I was 4 years old on May the 25th, 1977, when Star Wars came out. No bloody episode. No bloody New Hope. None of that. And me and my friends, we were there for that. We still are in a way, too. I mean, yeah. Then came the special editions. Then came the prequels. I liked the prequels. And it was balanced with, just I was balanced with the Red Letter Media Mr. Plinkett reviews, which were that was like a mini film school in a way too. So it was good because it showed the flaws in it. But I never had a problem with Jar Jar. I'm not gonna fall for the bait that it's like the Nemodians and the Gungans are problematic because they're negative racial stereotypes. I mean, seriously, go frack yourself with that attitude. You just go just do something. Oh, fuck off. Oh no, I'll get demonetized for that. Or will I get demonized? I mean, I don't think the Gungans or the Nemodians were supposed to represent any earthbound cultures. No, I'm not buying that. Oh boy, I've never watched any of the of the Disney Plus shows. I watch clip shows. I've seen all the highlights, all the greatest hits, all the greatest misses. I've seen I've literally watched the last 8 minutes on YouTube from the Kenobi show because I wanted to see the lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Officially round 0 or round 1. I don't. That's what happens when you go and retcon things. Retroactive continuity. And tinker with what came before. Like, how about a prequel to Crime and Punishment? How about give us a story about the aliens of Stanislav Lu's Solaris. Give me a prequel about that. About what do they really want? No, just kidding. But Ahsoka is coming out. Ahsoka, for the most part, I like Ahsoka as a character. I didn't have any problems with the original. Ooh, purple. This is bad mother on this. Here it is. White blade. Ahsoka's blade. I like the white blade. I like that a lot. I like Ahsoka's character a lot. Okay. I got the entire Clone Wars on Blu-ray, with the exception of the final season, because that final season that was on D+, you know, they had to fix it by taking the Padme girl off of the LAAT, you know, or just because that didn't happen in World War II or something. I'm not sure, but I've been watching the Clone Wars, the movie from 2008. I got it on my. Does this look familiar? I got this for my my iPod about 14 years ago, 15 years ago. I love this. I thought that the second round of Clone Wars were really good. I liked the introduction of Ahsoka, and just my new Padawan. It's a good idea to bring a Padawan learner into all this. Look how short Anakin's hair is. And then Ahsoka shows up and says, "I'm not for Master Kenobi. I'm for Master Skywalker." And here we go. Here we go. Here comes Ahsoka. She's a kid. She's a youngling. Well, she's not a youngling anymore. Here we go. Thank you, Ashley Eckstein.
A youngling? And who are you supposed to be?
I'm Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Master Yoda sent me. I was told to tell both of you that you must get back to the Jedi Temple immediately. There's an emergency.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, we're in a bit of an emergency right here. Yes, our communications.
These three were at the Fan Expo Boston 2023. I would have loved to have got a picture with them,
So he sent me to deliver the message.
but it was a little pricey.
Great. They don't even know we're in trouble.
Maybe you can relay a signal through the cruiser that just dropped me off.
I like it because, boom, she's smart. She's there, and she's there to do her mission. I mean, I love the animation style. So remember, this was new once, and so is Ahsoka.
Under attack by separatist warships.
I don't have this on Blu-ray. I gotta pick up that, but I have it, so it's part of my collection. I got the entire Clone Wars, even the Gennady Tartakovsky animated ones. Those are so brilliant. The mini episodes. That was new once too, huh? Jeez. And Ahsoka. But yeah, Rosario Dawson's playing her. She looks great. But it's not for me. I don't watch the Disney Plus shows. I'm not going to either. I don't have Disney Plus. I'm not going to get Disney Plus. The most valuable thing for Disney Plus are clicks. If I hit that, it would pause the show. Like, what? That sound. That is the most important. That's more important than money. Well, because that translates into money. Clicks equal metrics. Metrics equals ads, or blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. It's not subscribers. It's not your patronage. It's about these precious little, clicks. And what do you do for a mouse? You set a trap. What's the most effective trap for a mouse? Unfortunately, it's a glue trap. What to do? How to give mercy to a captured mouse, huh? I know, huh? We can go on and on about that. But want a cup of Jawa juice? Dex, someone's here to see ya. Jedi by the looks of them. I liked episode 2. I liked the prequels. Leave me alone. Where was I going with? Oh yeah, so the Ahsoka show is coming out. I won't see it. I'll watch the clip shows. I'll watch the episode capsules. You know, I know so many girls that love Star Wars. So I don't want to sound, I'm not going to fall in, let's spring the trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap to say that, oh, it's all girl bosses and oh, but you're taking away Luke Skywalker's story and giving it to Ahsoka. You're taking away Luke Skywalker's heroism and giving it to Ahsoka. Listen, Ahsoka will build a new Jedi Order. I bet you she'll probably marry Mara Jade for all we know. You know, especially with modernity. But there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, but from here, it's like, oh boy, the Ahsoka's a girl boss show. Yay. But you know, girls like their Star Wars too. One of my favorite people at my comic book store is a Star Wars cosplayer, and I see her every local con I've gone to for the past couple of years. I go right up to her like, "Lay, you look great!" Like she does Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, you know, even Dr. Aphra. You know who Dr. Aphra is? You know, I mean, that's a Marvel Comics thing. I mean, so, but girls have always been part of Star Wars, so I got nothing but love for women. You know, I could use some love from them, but you know, geez, I'm like Luke Skywalker. I just like, you know, in the Disney canon, you know, there's no room for you. You're a bitter old man. Go to your island to die. At least, you know, yeah. But I hope people like it, and I hope it, you know. Yeah, it's basically a continuation of the Rebels show, of which I also have on Blu-ray. I used to be so proud of my Star Wars shelf, you know, just because it's like I've been waiting all my life to have a wonderful shelf which is full of the Star Wars movies and the cartoons. But it's just watered down. It's not Star Wars anymore. It's content. It's not mythological anymore because that's bad. There's been 30 years of academic postmodernism that's, you know, it's bubbled up. It started off in the early 90s when I was graduating from high school, and my AP English teacher, she warned us. We were all going off to college. I only stayed a year in college. I went to Northeastern University in Boston for a year. I couldn't swing it. I'm a poor student. A smart person, poor student. But my AP English teacher warned us about the advent of political correctness on college campuses, and that it's a huge movement, and that we will be experiencing it wherever we go, to whatever colleges we're going to. And she was right. But this political correctness has morphed into the derisive term that we refer to as woke. Capital W. It's a 4-letter word. Trust me. I don't use it anymore because I use its correct terminology. Academic postmodernism and postmodernist theories, whether it's colonial theory, queer theory, race theory, it's using all this. It's about, there's a recipe behind that. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that I respect it, that it exists, and you have to know how to approach it if you need to coexist with it, or even give it the air for it to breathe, for the fire to keep burning. But for the past 30 years of what went from PC to postmodernism, corporate people have bought Star Wars. I mean, Disney's bought Star Wars and Marvel Comics. And corporate people hire Ivy League business school grads who drink this Kool-Aid. And this is where it comes from, academia. I'm not knocking academia. not one bit. Because I live in Boston, big college town. A lot of our identity and a lot of our culture has to, and a lot of love goes to these undergrads that come to my fair city every year. To we have it's like what Obi-Wan said in episode 1. You and the Gungans and Naboo have a symbiotic relationship. We really do. I mean, any small college town knows this too. And we're just happen to be a big college town. And but it's I'm a blue collar high school graduate. I'm pretty bright, and so I see how the pieces fit because I've watched them fall away, as Tool sang. But 30 years of PC to postmodernism, that is the mentality of the Ivy League, and specifically business school. And what was like a big thing that blew my mind was the whole the April 2003, June 2003 Bud Light thingy. Whoop-de-doo. I don't drink Bud Light anyway. I'm a Miller Lite drinker. I like Miller Lite. And Guinness too, but I don't drink much anymore. Yet there was this great clip from Alyssa Heinerside. She was the vice president of marketing that was explaining to another lady. It is this minute-long clip, and it's brilliant because it completely nails everything that we've all noticed and felt in our pop culture and gaming, and now it's finally starting to come. These were the proving grounds for Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Marvel Comics, DC Comics, gaming, the academic theory that seems to dominate, and how to sell this to blue-collar people, your blue-collar fan base. You know what I mean? Not everyone out there is a college graduate. Not everyone out there, shares your values. But we all shared Star Wars, and we all shared Marvel Comics, and we all shared Star Trek. And they seem to just be dominated by some groupthink. But it starts with the corporate level HRs that hire Ivy League business school grads who hire like-minded people. And it's about this. Alyssa Heinerside said in this interview about Bud Light, and it was whoosh. Oh wow, there it is. She said 3 specific things in this minute and 4 second long clip of an interview about the mentality, the paradigm of Ms. Heinerside is a Harvard Business School graduate. Evolve and elevate the iconic brand, shifting the tone, and the pre-existing customer, the fan base, are out of touch. And there, it was like that was like a Rosetta Stone to me, of what's being done. And so here you have your corporate HR hiring Ivy League business school grads who hire their own, who give the dictates down to the producers and writers and the editors in chiefs of our comics to, hey, this is the direction you must go in. And so therefore they have to hire who they're told to hire, and they have to have the message that they're told to have. It's not about perpetuating a Star Wars story. It's about evolving and elevating the iconic brand, shifting the tone from a mythological message and the Campbellian, the Joseph Campbell hero with 1,000 faces, traditional hero journey, which is where did the pushback of that simple generations, thousands of years long reliable story narrative come from? Where's that coming from? Academia. Shifting the tone. And the and then here comes the whole fantagonism thing and blaming the fan. and pushing back and calling toxic fans toxic, and even ists, phobes, and Yahtzees. To be like, oh boy, I thought this was supposed to be about Obi-Wan. This is about Reva and about young Leia? And more girl boss stuff. But, I mean, seriously, I mean, we have... Women love entertainment. Women spend money. And who needs power fantasies more than Western women who may or may not feel powerless? I mean, I don't know. Am I rambling? I hope I'm making some sense. We're talking about the Ahsoka show, right? Well, the Ahsoka show seems to be pulling story threads away from Luke Skywalker and making them about Ahsoka. And who does it? Cui bono? Cui bono? Who profits? Yeah, so the Ahsoka show, huh? I'm not going to watch it. I will be watching the capsule shows and the clips. I love lightsabers. Come on. But, like, you know, just you know, there's just... I still, after all these years, I still make that sound. You know, I'll grab from my hip and... See? Who's better, me or the stick, huh? And, but it's going to be full of lightsabers and full of Star Wars action. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to watch it. Well, I mean, if I can get a bootleg Blu-ray or DVD, you know what I mean? I got pirated. I would check it out. Sure. And so, like I said, I'm a big fan of Rebels. But, I mean, just a deep... Taking away from Luke to give... To the girl boss. I feel like an asshole for saying that. I feel like such a jerk for thinking this. I mean, but it's like, what's wrong with Luke Skywalker? What's wrong? Who says that's wrong anyway? Who's making that choices? Well, it's talking about it all show. It's evolve and elevate the iconic brand, shifting the tone, and the pre-existing customers / the fan base are out of touch. And that's the mentality. And that's where the academic theory comes in. To enter the pre-existing spaces, to disrupt and to change, and then to leverage, you know, with labeling. And I just want a show about laser swords, good versus evil. When you intersect these real-world problems and all this needy activism stuff. Remember, activists are as needy as a newborn baby. Seriously, it's all needy, needy, needy. There's no will to power. It's all, it's all about oppressor and oppressed and power dynamics and, No, I mean, this is a fictional space. It's where we can have an absolute good, or we can have a heroic good versus an absolute evil. Because in the real world, that's where the gray is. And that's where this ambivalence comes from, and that's why fiction is fiction, because it doesn't exist. It's imaginary. It's a place where we can have heroes and we can have villains too. This guy, irredeemable. What a great bad guy. See, Vader was redeemable. Palpatine? No. But he was a very well-designed bad guy. Absolute evil. No compassion. No heart. So why did he let a failed clone live? I would have fed him to the Rancor. But the Ahsoka show, yeah. So I don't know. I hope you like it. I hope you're happy with your product and content, because that's all it is product and content. Now we have gray Jedi with orange lightsabers. The orange lightsabers represent they're not that Sithy. I mean, there is no gray Jedi. You know, I mean, Quinlan Vos was the closest thing you can get, because he was in love with Asajj Ventress, you know. So, I mean, it's like I said, it's a fictional world where you can have a heroic good versus an absolute evil, and it's not about real world ideology, and it's not about the real world neediness of the activist trying to, you know, push, you know, this social change in our fictions. Yeah, Star Wars was its own world with its own problems, and it used to be a fun place before you had the, you know, now it's starting to get bad posture because you have all the weight of the world problems on its shoulder. But the Ahsoka show, yeah. So I hope you like it. I hope you like the, you know, just wherever it goes. But I hope you like that, and I hope you appreciate that these are Luke Skywalker story notes. That Ahsoka was a retcon character. And that sounds hard to say, too, because we need to have room to make new stories. We really do. And, I mean, just, I don't know. I retired. I'm a Star Wars veteran. I got my permission from my stepdad, who served during Vietnam. I'm a civilian, so I said, "Hey, Dad, you mind if I do this?" And he gave me his blessing, because I'm a civilian. But, you know, I wish you luck. May the Force be with you. But the Force is not strong in this stuff. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I can be proven wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. I could be wrong right now. And Star Wars, for me, helped format a lot of my heart and soul with heroism and with spirituality. And I hope those still exist today. You know, and that the whole thing is a positive role model for girls. Well, what about the boys, huh? Seriously. Star Wars was once there was boys and girls properties. And lots of girls liked Star Wars and loved Star Wars. And so wow, just this awfulness of taking away from boys to I don't know. I barely know what I'm Ahsoka, huh? I hope you like it. And, well, thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, I'm an old fan. Star Wars is not for me anymore. I mean, I'd like to say, too, that I go to cons, I see cosplayers, I see young people dressing as Mandalorians, as Jedi, as Sith. It's wonderful to see these little kids. And then these younger people, too, in their 20s. Remember, I'm 50. And so, I mean, there are two distinct generations of Star Wars fans after me. There are 3 generations of Star Wars, maybe 4 with the people older than me that watched it when they were teenagers in their 20s, that love it just as much as I do. But the real world changes. The real world is always in constant change. But our fictional world, you know, it's just this specific fictional world. It had rules, it had a texture, and now you have postmodernists just tinkering around with it. For why? For cui bono? I don't know. That's all I got. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. I'm a G1 Star Wars fan. I wish I could enjoy this as much as you people do. But, I mean, yeah, I wonder who's the toxic fan. They're on both sides, and they are in the minority, and only the social media amplifies that. Where are the how can I help people? Where are the good fans? Well, they're at cons, and they're all around us too. So sometimes I think it's better and safer to stay out of the Star Wars. That I'm retired. I'm a veteran. I've done my duty. I served in the lines. I have my scars. And I'm done. Yeah, I will always love Star Wars. It's a part of me. But, I don't know. Maybe my mom appreciates all you people. Wow, you finally grew up and stopped watching that Star Wars stuff. Never. But I have my old movies. And that's what I have. You know what I mean? This is Star Wars for us. Is Yeezys. Isn't that demeaning? No, it's not. It's just being jokey. But it's off-brand. It doesn't taste right. It doesn't smell right. It's sorry. It's not really Disney. Star Wars really isn't Star Wars. It's corporate. It's content. And it's product. Star Wars is mythology. And there's stories. And there are tales. And it's supposed to be fun. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck, and may the Force be with you. Always. Do 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 do.